Welcome to growthtofreedom.com, the show that brings you inspiration, transformation, and leadership. We're helping you connect the dots, see the blind spots, and get unstuck so you can go out and generate more leads, more sales, more profits. More importantly, so you can go out and have a bigger reach, a bigger impact, and make a bigger contribution. All right, I thought I'd take just a couple minutes because I've been getting a lot of people who've been saying to me, Dan, how can I go out and get more new clients without a bunch of fancy pants technology, without a bunch of confusion, automation, funnels, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I thought I'd take just a few minutes right here, right now, to walk you through exactly how you can go out there and apply the simple method to get new clients this week without funnels, automation, or a bunch of fancy pants technology, right? So why is this important? Well, if you're at a place in time where maybe you feel stuck, or maybe you feel, you're in confusion, you're in overwhelm, you've tried a bunch of stuff only to be disappointed. Maybe you spent all kinds of time, you spent all kinds of money, and you found yourself completely burnt out and disappointed by the lack of results. I think you're going to love what I have to share with you right here and right now. Why is it also important? Right now, more than ever, advertising costs are going up. The iOS changes inside of Big Blue and other places are changing the way you and I have the potential to do business. So what is the alternative? Well, the alternative is to simplify a handful of things. Simplify something we call HOP, humanize, optimize, and personalize. Like, what would happen for your business if you could simplify, you could humanize, you could optimize, and you could personalize the experience more? Maybe, would you feel more comfortable, right? Instead of all these fancy pants, sophisticated funnels that really create a disconnection in so many ways, what if you could create an amazing connection with your potential future clients, your potential current clients, and or your prospects, and a whole lot more? So those are a few benefits. You get to simplify, you get to humanize, you get to optimize, and you get to personalize as well as connect. Now, a quick story, what this stems from. I've had several conversations this past week with a few of our current clients. And what's amazing is, there's times when we can just feel complete overwhelm and disappointment. I know for me, there's been many a times where I've built and put hundreds of hours between myself and our team to the grind, if you will, like grinding it hard to then launch something, to then have it fall flat at times, right? And we all go through versions of that. Well, what if there was just a simpler, easier way? And so what I want to share with you is Bruce's story. So Bruce is a client, and Bruce got started some time ago, and Bruce was maybe like you, only his industry was a little bit different. His industry was and is art, and his passion is maybe working with artists, maybe like you, right? And he wants to help artists have a bigger impact and use art as a vehicle. And he wanted to build his coaching and training business around art. Only he was following all kinds of experts, right? You probably know some of the names of the experts and some of the technology pieces that he was likely using and some of the automations he had been taught to try to put in place. And all of that left him confused. And when we met, I said, hey, Bruce, time out. What if we could simplify this whole thing overall? And so what did we do? We said, Bruce, let's get rid of the idea of all these fancy pants funnels, all of these automations, all of these email systems, all of these technology, platforms. What do you enjoy doing? He says, well, I love teaching and I love inspiring people. And so we said, Bruce, can you set up a Zoom call? And he said, well, yeah, Dan, I could set up a Zoom call. That'd be pretty easy. And so we had him set up a Zoom. And I said, well, okay, here's an email or a couple emails that you could send out. Do you think you could send these out? And he goes, yeah. And I go, well, how big is your list? He goes, well, between my internal list and all my social media followers, I might have like 400 total people, which is not a lot, right? It's not a lot of people. And we said, okay, send those invitations out. Well, what happened? Well, Bruce, for his very first training that he invited people to using Zoom and not all the fancy pants tech stuff. He just invited them to his Zoom meeting. He had 125 people register. He had 75 people show up. He did his presentation. At the end of his presentation, he said, if you'd like to move forward, here's what I got. Here's what it'll do for you. Here's what it means. And here's how to get started. Pretty simple, right? He had 5 people enroll for his coaching and training business. And so we came back out of that, like not a huge success, but like he got 5 new clients that week, 5 new clients. What would your business, how would it change your business if this week you could set something this simple up and get 5 new coaching or training clients or consulting clients or service clients or high value premiums clients or whatever? This was a simple way he could do it, just to connect and bond, humanize, optimize, personalize, and simplify. And when we regrouped, he said, Bruce, what'd you like most? And he said, man, I really love this. I love teaching. I love inspiring. I said, great. Well, what if you just repeated this every week for the next few weeks? And then he said, Dan, I'd love to do that. Let me do that. I said, okay, well, let's do that. And so he did. And long and the short of it is he repeated this the next week and the next week and the next week. So after 4 weeks, 30 days, Bruce had generated over 39 new coaching and training clients for his business. And he kept going and he repeated it the next 4 weeks and the next 4 weeks after that. And after 90 days, approximately 12 weeks, 4 times 3, 12 weeks, he had over 117 new clients in his coaching training business. And on top of that, he had built a recurring revenue model between $4,000 and $5,000 a month. Now I ask you, how would it impact your world, your life, your business today if you could take something so simple, eliminate all the automation stuff? I know there's a lot of experts priding themselves on teaching you all this fancy pants stuff. But what if you could simplify it? What if you could just get into a conversation? What if you could just make an invite? What if you could just pique someone's interest? What if you could do your presentation and then you could invite them to move forward with you and you could just simply make the offer that's as simple as, here's what I got. Here's what it'll do for you. Here's what to do next. And lo and behold, what if you had what happened to Bruce happen to you, right? So I encourage you that it's so much simpler than you've been led to believe. It's not your fault. I know there's so many experts teaching all the fancy pants methods out there. I want to give you a couple tools to do this, essentially 4 main tools to get this done starting today. Number 1 is you can go get Zoom if you don't have it, right? So you can use Zoom to set this up and you invite people to your Zoom meeting or your Zoom webinar. Pretty simple to do. You just set up the page inside of Zoom and you can invite people and they'll register with their name and email address and also a phone number if you want, right? Or you could use a platform like StreamYard. You can go look up StreamYard and it's a very similar process, right? Number 2, you then invite people to the meeting or the webinar, right? You just make an invitation. So, hi, I'm hosting a new free live training coming up that will show you how to get X and Y without the pain, without the problem. Here's the link to join us. You could make that simple invitation to the people that you might know, private message, LinkedIn, social media, and your email list, which is what Bruce did. Step number 3, when you show up for the meeting, you do a presentation. Now for Bruce, he's an artist. Right? So what did he do? He showed people how to paint. Like 1 week it was a tiger. 1 week it was a horse. 1 week it was a fox. 1 week it was an oxen, right? Another week it might've been a turkey. Here's the key. The fundamentals that he would walk people through every presentation were similar, right? If not the same, but the outcome of the art was different. And there's a lot you can learn from how you present that. And then by all means, step number 4, you do your presentation and then you make an offer, make an invitation to move forward. And how do you do that? Real simple. Here's a simple formula. I think I first learned this either from a guy named John Carlton or Gary Halbert or both. And it's, here's what I got. Here's what it'll do for you. Here's what that means. Here's what that gives you. And here's what to do next. Just lay out your offer that simple and make it easy for people to say yes, to move forward with you. And I ask you, like, number 1, what would it be worth if you could simplify your business? Like we were talking to a private client today and one of the revelations they had, and they run a big giant business, millions of dollars. And, they have people who show up for their automated webinars where like they'll get 10,000 registrations. It's amazing. However, they still feel like at times something's missing, like this HOP. We call it the HOP. HOP, humanize it, optimize it,
personalized. So it's not necessarily an either or, it's an and for their business, but maybe for you, if you've tried all the fancy pants tech stuff, if you've tried all the fancy pants sales systems and all the fancy pants automations, and it's just not clicking for you yet, I encourage you, here's a simple, easier way you can get started. You could make the decision today to put these 4 tools and these few steps in place, and within 72 hours, you could get this launched and tested. And then you could repeat it easily every single week, right? Without feeling strained or without the distress or without handcuffs or burnout or overwhelm or all the things that may get tied in with that, right? So how would it impact you? Right? How would it impact you? Another one of our clients evolved this model beyond the simple testing, and then they put the automations in place, and now they have our team implement all of this stuff for them. Why? Because it's proven, it's working. It's generating clients, it's generating sales, it's generating a whole lot more. So I ask you, what would it be worth to simplify, to streamline, to get a steady flow of new clients every single day without the typical stress or headaches? And you could have a feeling and a sense that you were making a bigger impact, and you could humanize the opportunity, optimize it, and personalize it at the same time. This simple method we've just walked through will give you a chance to do just that. And I'd love for you to test this. I challenge you to test it and put it in place, and let me know how it goes. And if you want to reach out and go deeper with us, right, and you want help, then what I would share with you is this. Let's make it really, really simple. We offer one-on-one mentoring and implementation services for those who need it and want it, right? So if you're looking for help around automation or building your sales models or building your offers or building your messaging or, writing the copy for all the things that are related or emails or all these sorts of things, you just need a helping hand, a guide by your side, almost like a outsourced virtual CMO or an outsourced virtual CEO. You just want that extra layer of wisdom, insight, strategy, and more. Then let's see if we've got a good fit. And I make it really, really simple. You can go to breakthroughstrategycall.com. That's breakthroughstrategycall.com. You can schedule a call. There's no risk, there's no fee, and there's no obligation for the call. What are we going to do on this call? Is we're going to, number one, we have a business assessment that'll take you about 2 to 3 minutes to go through. It's going to assess over 120 data points in your business in a very simple, cool, simple way. Number two, when we have the conversation, we're going to identify, where are you right now? Where do you want to go? We're going to help identify, what are the biggest roadblocks and obstacles getting in the way? Maybe the blind spots. We're going to help you uncover those. We're going to help you get unstuck. And then we'll offer you the solutions that can help you. And if, and only if there's a good fit, we may invite you to move forward with some of the options we make available. So to take advantage of that no risk, no obligation, no fee call, you can go to breakthroughstrategycall.com, breakthroughstrategycall.com. It's a 100% free call, and we'll walk you through our strategy. We'll give you access to the business assessment, which we've had many people go through this business assessment and said that assessment alone was worth thousands of dollars to them. Now, I don't know what it'll be worth to you, but if you don't do anything, what I do know is if you do nothing, you'll get nothing. You'll have no new insights. You'll have no new revelations. You'll have no new opportunity. And I certainly can't promise you that you'll be like Bruce or, the thousands and thousands of clients we've worked with in all the different businesses I've had over the last 30 years now. And working in 180 different industries and over 13 different countries. I can't promise you any of that. But what I do know is if you're looking for a way to get a steady flow of new clients, to stand out from the crowd, to simplify so that you can get out of the day-to-day of your business, to get free, right, from all the pressure of your sales, your revenue, your growth being all on you, and you're looking for an operating system that can be installed to help you grow without it being on you, then let's talk. Let's have a conversation and see how we might be able to help you. And you can go to breakthroughstrategycall.com. That's breakthroughstrategycall.com. Again, I encourage you, take action, simplify, humanize, optimize, personalize the experience. And when you do, you'll connect with more people. You'll have a bigger impact. You'll have a bigger reach. You'll make a bigger difference. You'll have a bigger contribution. If that's what you want, test it, apply it. Let me know how it goes. If that's not what you want, well, hey, then I guess keep doing what you're doing and all that sort of stuff, because maybe you're crushing it right now. And if you want help to implement some of the things we're talking about, or just want to get a new set of eyes and insights on your business, then go to breakthroughstrategycall.com. That's it for now. Seize the day. Make it a great week. We'll see you next time on another session. Be great.
Thanks for listening to this episode of growthtofreedom.com. Are you struggling to get a steady flow of new clients every day, or maybe hit a plateau or hit a wall in growing your business? Well, let's help you solve this problem today. Let's review your business and have a conversation. You can do that for free today at breakthroughstrategycall.com. That's breakthroughstrategycall.com. In addition, if you're looking for a simple way to implement some of what we've been talking about in today's episode, then I want to encourage you to get our free small business toolkit. You can get that at activate.breakthrough3x.com. That's activate.breakthrough3x.com. If you'd like access to the special resources and all the show notes for this special episode, make sure to visit growthtofreedom.com.